Okay.
We'll just follow the light.
Okay. All right.
Hello, how are you all doing? Hope you're having a lovely afternoon.
We've got a jam-packed show today. Let's get started.
Good afternoon, Coventry, and welcome back to iCov TV. I'm Anupam.
And I'm Emma. The time is 3:30 and we'll be with you for the next 15 minutes.
In today's show, we take a look at what Coventry University's Student Union has done for Sexual Health and Guidance Week, or SHAG for short.
We'll also be talking to Eva Echo, a trans activist, about her struggles and why she's campaigning for trans rights.
And stay tuned for an insight into a brand new West Midlands Beer Festival right here in the middle of Coventry. Right now, though, we'll go over to Joanna for this afternoon's headlines.
Thanks, Anupam. Hillary Clinton has said that the UK government needs to publish an intelligence report on Russian covert actions in the UK before the 2019 general election. The former US presidential candidate has said that she is dumbfounded that the report on alleged Russian interference in UK democracy has not been released. The government has denied claims that it is suppressing the report until after the election. The Labour Party says that there has been a sophisticated and wide-scale cyber attack on its digital platforms. A Labour spokesperson said that the attack had failed because of the party's robust security systems, and they are confident that no data breach has occurred. Security procedures had slowed down some election campaign activities, but they say they are now up to speed. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is to chair a meeting of the government's emergency committee later in response to floods in northern England. About 400 homes have been flooded and 1,200 properties have been evacuated. An emergency appeal to support the families affected has raised almost £50,000. That's all that we have for headlines now. Back to you, Emma.
Oh, thank you, Joanna. Last week, Coventry University set up a Sexual Health and Guidance Week, also known as SHAG Week. The aim of this week was to educate students on sexual health and well-being through informative talks and pop-up clinics.
Our reporter, Shona Fagan, went and spoke to some student union volunteers about the week.
Hello everyone, my name is Abby and I'm your Vice President for Welfare and Community. So today we have our SHAG Week fair. SHAG Week means Sexual Health and Guidance Week. So if you're looking to educate yourself and also understand the importance of Sexual Health and Guidance Week, it's a place for you to come to and get involved with the CUSU. So we have our wellbeing and mental health to kind of educate you when it comes to issues around your mental health and wellbeing. And we also have other organizations here as well to educate you about your sex life. And also we have our clinic as well, November, 18th of November at Godiva Place. It's very much confidential. It's important for you to get tested and also sign up for a C card. And also we will have other 3 events as well. So if you go through our social media and also our website as well at cusu.org, you find out all the information there. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Kit. I'm the Wellbeing and Mental Health Coordinator for the Students' Union. I'm here today to promote the wellbeing and mental health community. Basically what it is free for all staff and students to join. You can unsubscribe at any point, and what it is we'll let you know all about the different activities and resources that we have here to help students practice mental health and wellbeing. You might have seen us, we bring in the therapy dogs a lot, we do free yoga sessions, we're looking at free self-defense classes, as well as handing out information from local charities like Mind to help students on their path to better mental health.
That was Shona Fagan reporting there, a very important event, I'm sure we can all agree.
We hope you're enjoying this week's show. Still to come on iCov TV, we have a talk with Eva Echo about transgender rights as we celebrate Transgender Awareness Week.
We'll also have a look at the new West Midlands Beer Festival, explore Purple Tuesday and what that means for shoppers with disabilities, and talk sport.
Now this week is Transgender Awareness Week, a chance to shed light on some of the struggles some transgender people face.
That's right, Emma. According to the Trans Report by YouGov, 2 in 5 people have experienced hate crimes because of their gender identity, and 1 in 4 trans people have experienced homelessness.
Today we're joined by trans activist and tattoo artist Eva Echo, who can tell us more on the story. So Eva, why is Transgender Awareness Week so important to you?
For me personally, Transgender Awareness Week is so important. It gives me a chance to share my experiences and stories with others who may not understand what it's like to be transgender. It also gives me a chance to reach out and help others who are transgender and support them in any way that I can. And it also gives us a chance to discuss issues that we face, such as ridiculously long waiting times on the NHS as well.
Hi Eva, Anupam here. Do you think there's enough awareness in the media for people like yourself?
Personally, I don't think the media does enough to help our cause. The media tends to focus on sensationalising transgender people, looking for the bad or the ridiculous that happens, rather than actually telling real life stories and just letting people into our world so that they can see what it is to be transgender.
What do you want people to learn from this week?
If there's anything I want people to take away from Trans Awareness Week, it's this. Being trans is not a choice. It's not a fetish or a kink or anything like that. We are just people. We are being ourselves. Let's face it, nobody puts themselves in danger or at the risk of hate and abuse just for the sake of it. It's also a chance for us to remember that just because some of us come out as trans, there are still others who are also trans but can't come out for whatever reason, whether it's their job or their families or those around them. That doesn't make them any less trans.
That was very insightful. Thank you, Eva, for joining us today.
And stay tuned for the inaugural West Midlands Beer Festival. But first, the weather forecast for Coventry. Back over to you, Joanna.
The weather has been miserable as of late, with frosty nights and damp days. It's looking to dry up as we head towards the evening, with temperatures tonight dropping as to low as 3 degrees Celsius, meaning you may have to scrap your car tomorrow in more rural areas. Tomorrow it's looking fine and dry with good lengths of sunny spells. It's staying fresh, though with a high of just 7 degrees. That's your weather for now. Back to you in the studio.
Last Saturday was the inaugural West Midlands Craft Beer Festival, held at the Twisted Barrel in Fargo Village. A night of beer, music and good vibes.
What sets it apart from other beer festivals is the fact that it's all-inclusive with a one-time payment to enjoy a taste of the West Midlands. Our reporter Scott Jones moseyed on down to find out what spurred this idea and what it means for our local breweries here in Coventry.
Minimal. In theory, if you really go for it, over 30 beers, which is a pretty good day. We're very privileged in the West Midlands to have a lot of small independent craft breweries. We have 10 appearing here, but there's about 57, I think, currently just in the West Midlands area, which is incredible, and there's some really good beers coming out of there. So what we wanted to do was to run a day where we could showcase, as well as ourselves, just a few of those great breweries that are in the West Midlands. 2 of the breweries here today are very, very new breweries. They're less than a year old. Machinistas and they are actually started by people who have been part of our home brew club for 3 or 4 years. So that's another exciting thing for us, is that our existence as a brewery has also helped to give birth to at least 2 breweries. So today we have had over 30 beers available on draft. If you don't drink beer, that's fine. We had companion tickets as well, so you could come and drink something else while your friend gets their beer on. We have 26 beers on from local breweries. We also have an international bar with some very rare and hard to get in this country international beers from countries like Belgium. As brewers in the West Midlands, we are incredibly enthusiastic about this industry, and we want to ensure that as many people have access to it as possible. So doing something like this, all-inclusive festival that showcases a number of the different breweries we have, is definitely something we're going to do again in the future, possibly in many different forms.
I'm the head brewer here at Twisted Barrel Ale in Coventry. We're based in Fargo Village, a creative arts village right in the heart of Coventry. We brew a wide range of beers here. They range from pale ales to sours to dark beers. We like to create a really good range of styles so that anyone that walks in the door will find the beer that suits them. We've made great friendships in this industry, and we like to come together and celebrate what is best about the West Midlands, the creative and thriving beer culture that we have. Unfortunately, we lag a little bit behind the rest of the country in terms of shouting about our beer, so this is our first step on the way to making the West Midlands known for the quality of beer being brewed here.
And now we welcome Maisie, our live reporter, to talk a bit about Purple Tuesday. So what is Purple Tuesday about, Maisie?
So Purple Tuesday is one day in the year where disabled people with physical or mental disabilities can go shopping without having the worries that normal shopping days for them would entail.
And why is this so important, Maisie?
So if you've got a mental disability such as autism, and my little sister has autism, you have sensory issues. So the bright lights, the music, lots of people around you will lead you to a panic attack or a meltdown, and you might not be able to do shopping the way that other people do. And if you've got a physical disability, if you're in a wheelchair or a mobility scooter, you might feel embarrassed to ask people to help you to reach things down, or you might feel in the way. So people don't tend to go out as much, and so near to Christmas, it's important that people can go and have the freedom to do this without feeling judged.
Do you think this is how shops should be anyway?
I think everybody's human and everybody should have the same opportunities, but you've got to think so many disabled people and their families go shopping and put a lot of revenue into it, so why shouldn't shops give something back to them?
Well, thank you, Maisie. You can check out Purple Tuesday for yourself in all your local stores.
You certainly can. Now, it's time for the Sports Bulletin with Joe Pepper.
Manchester City forward Raheem Sterling has been dropped from the England national team following an on-field argument between himself and Joe Gomez during Sunday's Premier League match, which saw Liverpool beat Manchester 3-1. Sterling was seen trying to grab Gomez by the neck following a heated exchange, and as a result will be left out of England's squad for their next Euro 2020 qualifier. In Formula One, a long-anticipated decision has been made on the driver who will partner Max Verstappen at Red Bull for the 2020 season. Following his strong performance through the second half of the season, so far, Alexander Albon will accompany the Dutchman. As a result, Daniel Kvyat and Pierre Gasly will retain their seats at Toro Rosso. In local news, Coventry City enjoyed a dominant 2-0 victory against Colchester United in the second round of the Emirates FA Cup. Goals from Jordan Shipley and Sam McCallum secured the Sky Blues their 6th successive victory across all competitions. And finally, in rugby, Coventry Rugby Club have moved to second place in the Green King IPA Championship following an 18-6 victory against Doncaster Knights with tries from Joe Buckle and Max Trimble. That's all for sports for now, so back to you guys.
Joe, were you able to actually catch any of the games from the weekend? Coventry City, perhaps?
Well, I can tell you that Coventry Rugby have been looking pretty good so far. Only a week or two ago, they tied against Ealing Trailfinders 28-all, a team that thoroughly stomped them twice last year.
Well, it certainly has been a bad few days for the Coventry Rugby team. Do you not have any cricket? Do you not have any cricket news, Joe?
No, but I can tell you that in the Formula One, there is now only one seat left up for grabs. The final seat left is with Williams' Formula One team, and this is very likely to be grabbed by Canadian driver Nicholas Latifi. George Russell is going to be staying with Williams at Formula One, and Claire Williams has been very adamant that she will keep him on board as a star for the future. Of course, with all the stars like Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, Charles Leclerc, Seb Vettel, they're all staying with their teams at the top. So with the lines up all complete, we've pretty much got a grid set for next year.
Well, much to the disappointment of all the cricket fans, Joe Pepper couldn't come up with anything. But for those who are still excited about England's up-and-coming test players, there are two debutants. There could possibly be two debutants, and also and also the Deepak Chahar from India has recently. But anyway, that's from the cricket world.
Well, thanks, Joe and Anna Pam. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. We hope you've enjoyed this week's edition of iCov, and we'll see you next week.
Goodbye, everyone. Don't forget to catch us out